Hi everyone, Callie here. Time to start the 2023 Winter Village, but first let's take a look at the past. Right now you're looking at a picture of my 2022 Winter Village, which was the first Winter Village I ever made. Indeed, I only started collecting Lego a few months before I started building this, and every Lego piece that I had at the time was pretty much dedicated to creating this Winter Village. It isn't really that impressive, I know, but I was really proud of it, honestly, for being my first ever, Lego diorama. I was even able to include a homage to my three cats. I now have four, so there's going to be more cats in my Winter Village this year. At the beginning of the year, I built custom Lego tables and I moved the Winter Village onto that area, and they were just sort of dumped and abandoned until I figured that I would get around to building the Winter Village. As you can see, the sets are disheveled and the train tracks aren't even complete. So there's a lot of work to do to put this thing back together. Now the undertables, the plan is there's three undertables. So one is going to be the Winter Village area, the next one was going to be the boat area, and then finally at the bottom end would be kind of like a beach area because and the city itself is on the top. As you can see, it's a little bare and I haven't done any work on this entire section. But I will be using the Viking village as a sort of transition because it's on water and it's also got that kind of snow texture to it. Before I get started reconstructing everything, I thought it'd be fun to show the sets that I'm going to include in my winter village. So obviously there's this year's Alpine Lodge. There's a link above if you want to see my full build and review of the set. It's absolutely perfect for the winter village with all the side builds. Another new set that I have for this year is the Hogsmeade set, which is a fantastic Harry Potter dual set that has these open backs that just don't fit in my city anyway, but it's the perfect aesthetic for my winter village, and I'm going to put them next to the two Main Street buildings, which is the next set I'm going to highlight. It was last year's Winter Village set. I love the tram when I got it motorized and it goes around. It really adds a nice dimension. I wasn't too keen on the buildings, but they are perfect for the Winter Village and it would be incomplete without them. The next big set that I'm going to put in, I just built a few months ago, was the skiing climbing center. I think this thing is adorable. It's got so many great features in it, and I really want to include it in my winter village so that my minifigures would have something more to do than just the ice skating rink. It is quite a large set, so it might be a little challenging to incorporate it, but I'm looking forward to it. Another new set is the Shrieking Shack. That is hard to say, from Harry Potter. I love this. Obviously, it's winterized, and I've already put more white flowers on the tree to kind of help with that. I'm not really sure where this is going to go, so that's going to be an interesting take, but it looks fantastic and fits perfectly with all the other sets that I have in my Winter Village. The centerpiece of last year's Winter Village was the Lunar New Year ice skating rink. I did sort of take a lot of the lunar kind of motifs off of the set just so it would blend better with the Winter Village vibe. Due to the set's size and shape, I think it's also going to be pretty much the center of the town once again. It fits perfectly in the middle of the train track. I don't see any reason to change that. I might add a little bit more winter details, like flowers and such, around it to make it a little different this year. The next set is the Elf Clubhouse, which is a retired set now. It has so many fantastic, cute Christmas details. I love how they have the lights on the outside. There is a light brick in there as well. I also like the little reindeer there and the tree. It's all just beautiful and a gorgeous set. So that is going to be the focus of the Santa area. Speaking of Santa, of course, I have Santa's sleigh. I have four reindeer on their way from Pick-a-Brick, so I will have the complete set, which will be just phenomenal. This year, I'm hoping to raise Santa on some clear wall panels so it looks like he's either taking off or landing, depending on how I'm able to put that together. I love the set. I think it's just fantastic to have this kind of super sleigh for Santa. Perfect for Winter Village. The final large set for my Winter Village is Santa's Visit, which is retiring at the end of this year, and if you don't have it, I encourage you to get this set. It's a very special place in my heart because it's the set that made me fall in love with Lego, made me want to have a Winter Village, and it's the reason that I'm talking to you now. Most importantly, though, it is packed with phenomenal details. I love the winter tree, the snow-covered chimney there that Santa can actually come down. The tree itself has the light brick in it. You push it down and it lights up, and that just blew my mind that this kind of thing happened. It's got a little snowman there in the corner. The little side builds are actually really great for Winter Village, and exactly the kind of house you want to wake up in Christmas morning. I secured both of these Christmas GWPs last year. I really love the elf scene. I like the way it's got like that backdrop, and it's a really fun sort of side profile technique that it was the first time I was exposed to it, and I kind of want to incorporate that a little bit more in the back of my village. Santa's Workshop is obviously a really nice addition, as I don't have that official set that came out a few years ago. Also, it goes really nicely next to the elf clubhouse. Both of these sets are great for filling in those little gaps around the train tracks. The final set is, of course, the Christmas tree. No winter village would be complete without a centerpiece such as this, and it does actually have a really nice height to it. This year I hope to winterize it a little bit as I got a few pieces so it'll look like there's some snow on it, and I'll change out the candles because that doesn't make sense. This year my winter village will have a little bit of a minifigure upgrade. First time I saw the Snow Guardian, I was like, I want to army build these. And so I've been collecting them slowly over the course of the year for this particular purpose. I am building a little castle area for the front of the village, so they'll be protecting them. I'm not really sure exactly how that's going to look, but let's be honest, these are really cool figures, and I'm so pleased to have an army of them. No winter village is complete without accessories, but of course I have some snow troopers that somehow are going to be incorporated, and some new Santa Clauses. And then these trays here are all the accessories that I had in last year's winter village. Included are all the parts from the city calendar from last year, and of course I have a few more polar bears to add in too. Over here we've got a few more accessories, and then the Christmas train that also came as a gift with purchase last year. And finally I have a bag of winter pieces that I ordered from the LEGO website that should hopefully help decorate the winter village. I still have a few sets that I need to build, and first off I have 4 different advent calendars. And stay tuned to my channel because every day in December I will be reviewing what was in each of these calendars. I bought these 4 specific ones because I thought they had really good elements to put into my village, or I really just like Marvel. I don't have the Star Wars one. Sorry. I also bought these winter sets from the City line. I absolutely adore the seals, so I actually have 3 of those and I have no regrets. If you want to see a speed build of that, there's actually a short of it up on my channel as well. And of course I did get this because I do love the polar bears. I'm not sure if the snowcat's going to be maybe a little big, but we'll figure it out. And honestly, not everything in my city slash village has to be to scale. I also picked up an additional Christmas tree. I'm planning on building the 2 tree version this time to have a little bit more height in my Christmas trees in the village. If I decide there's too many Christmas trees in the village, that's fine. I will put those elsewhere in my house as decorations. So it's a win. I also have a few of these Christmas packs that came out, which have some really nice decorations that I'm sure I'll find space for in the village. And then I have the Ministry of Magic. We all know that this was on super sale recently as it's coming to the end of its life and it wasn't a big seller. But I think those colors, the red and the dark green, are just so Christmassy. And I did see a mock online that was like turned into like a theater. So that's kind of my intention for that. I might not get to it this year. We'll see, but it will always look good in the village. I also picked up a few parts on the pad ball recently. I've got these beautiful white profile bricks, also some of those nice rounded tiles to go on top, some fantastic dark tree limb elements, and of course they had the molded trees, so they're going to help decorate the village as well. Now that I've cleared everything off the bottom table, obviously there's a lot of work to do, and first thing I need to do is dust it down and then lay out where my train track is going to actually go. I'm sure you've noticed, but I've got these awkward spaces at the side of the base plate area, which is 16 base plates in the middle. I'm gonna have to perform some base plate surgery. I know that will make some people cringe, but I really don't have another choice. So let's get started with that first. As the saying goes, you want to measure twice and cut once. So I'm just checking exactly how many studs I have at the side here. And it is 10 studs and it's 3 and a bit base plates long. So I'll cut 3 base plates first down to those 10 studs, and then I'll start cutting smaller pieces just to fill in those extra gaps that I'm going to have down the side. Resizing base plates is actually remarkably simple. This is my first time doing it. I'm placing some plate down as a guideline for my box cutter, which I then take and just sort of score along the edge. If you put enough pressure, it will actually do it in one go. I didn't do that here because it was my first time. So I notice here, oh, it's not quite ready to go, so I can use the guideline once more to make a nice clean cut down the edge there. Once I have enough pressure, you'll see now that if I pick it up, it really just snaps beautifully, producing a perfectly smooth edge to it. It isn't jagged or dangerous for kids or anything like that. So I'm ready to go. And of course, because it's 10 studs, I'm just double checking my math here to make sure when I make the next cut, I'm producing something that I actually need. So as I said before, I need 6 of these in total, plus 2 extra weird shaped ones just to fit in those odd gaps. So 1 score, and then I just automatically did 2 just to be safe, and it is perfectly ready to go snap. Easy as that. The custom sized base plates are now in place and have been tacked down with little bits of white plate just to hold it in place while I put down the train track, which is the next thing. I really like looking at it. It's quite pleasing to see all of that wood covered up. I've laid down the train track, and as you can see, there's a few streets there that don't have any white stuff on it. That means they're brand new, so I get an idea of how much bigger this train track is than last year's for, of course, the tram. So I have 4 extra streets in it than I had last year, plus a little bit extra on each side as well. It's actually not as big as I thought it was going to be, so I might struggle a little bit to figure out a good layout of all my sets, but at least it'll be jam-packed and highly detailed. Now that I have the track down, I want to see if my tram actually works. The batteries actually haven't been charged since last year, but it had power, so let's try it out. I am using the app, and oh my god, off it goes! Oh, watch it go round! Okay, that's way too much excitement for me. I know this can definitely go faster with more power, but that just feels wonderful. Oh, okay, let's put it in reverse. And yes, it does it. Okay, this brings me a lot of joy, and I probably should have trains in my life more, but I don't have space for that. Oh no! Oh my god, oh! It got past the obstacle. Everything is fine. I spent a little while and put all the sets in the area to start with, and I'm not entirely happy with it, but I do like how I've got the Hogsmeade and the main street over here as a sort of little shopping center. And then I placed the winter market stall in front of the Christmas tree right in front of the ice skating rink, which is such a large set, it kind of has to be in the center there. And if you want to see the market stall, I have a short of that on my channel as well. Over here I have the new Alpine Lodge, and then hidden at the far side and at the back behind that skiing climbing center is the Elf Clubhouse, so it's sort of like Santa's North Pole section, but I feel like it's really lost there, and I don't really like it. And then over in this corner I have the Whomping Willow as a sort of like nature area, but I'm not really sure that's going to work either. I'm really fixated on this back corner and I'm really not happy, and I think I need to build height into it, but I'm not sure I have the space to do that. Whatever goes behind the skiing climbing center is going to be lost. Also feel like Santa's visit is a little lost at the edge there too, but I don't know where it would go in this sort of main street area. I did play around with the layout, but the tree and the ski rink really need to be in the center of this tram, and the little street at the back does make the most sense. I am building a castle fortress at the front, which is where all the snow guardians are going to go to protect the village from the pirates, the Vikings, polar bears, whatever might be out there. Once that's in place, it will help it look a bit better, and I can see what I'm going to do with that base plate space between the edge of the tram and the front there. But I think I'm going to stop for now, and hopefully you guys can give me some comments and ideas of how to go forward. It doesn't make sense to populate the village with minifigures and details until I have the layout sorted out anyway. If you liked this video, please remember to like and subscribe, and please leave comments below to help me figure out a layout for my winter village. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon. Have a great day.